they will stop, fall asleep, and never wake up again. Many American soldiers died here. They were freezing to death during the night time. It was the weather was horrible here. So 2 o'clock in the morning, first support arrived. Two tank destroyers were stopping on this road. This was so-called no man's land. American lines were over there 1 mile. Germans lines were some 400 miles or 400 yards from here. So Audie was on his own in a no man's land. The whole front line, the pressure of front line was on him. Two tanks arrived. They were stopping on this road. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. At 5 o'clock in the morning, on the 26th of January, Audie was standing at the edge of the forest and he was watching the village. He was afraid of being counterattacked. He grabbed his phone and he was phoning to American lines. Where is the support? Where are another units? It is a dawn and Germans are counterattacking us always during the dawn. And he was told, the attack is delayed. Whole 30th regiment is out of action. We are still waiting for all men to come. You must hold your position. So Audie wrote in his memoirs, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, even though the weather was bad, there was some fog on the field. Clouds were very low. He spotted some men in front of the village. He grabbed the phone and he was yelling, I see in front of the village 2 German companies, 250 men, 6 tanks behind them. They are coming towards me. I'm counterattack. What do you want me to do? And he was told, hold your position with only 40 people. Now, in this moment, first artillery barrage arrived and it was murderous. It was rain of German shells falling on this position. First tank destroyer was hit directly and all crew inside were killed. And the thing started to burn. Second tank destroyer right behind you couldn't make it this way because of the tree. He went that way. There is very deep ditch at the end of the road. Tank 4 in it. As the road was icy, they were trying to put it back on the road because the barrel was aiming somewhere to the sky. But more power they used, the tank was digging deeper and deeper, and then the engine stopped and it was all over. Audie realized that this situation is completely hopeless, so he ordered all his men to go back into forest to take some cover. As he walked on this road, he saw first tank destroyer. You can see it on the picture over there on that information desk. It was burning, but there was 50 caliber machine gun on it. And all the idea was to climb on that tank, take out his map and call US artillery barrage on German positions. He wanted to do the same thing as Jose Valdez, to keep German busy with US artillery. Now, are you still okay?
Keep going.
5 minutes.
Keep going.
Yeah. Now, Audie started his one-man stand. He was using 50 caliber machine gun. He was shooting at Germans, and he was calling a US artillery barrage. Sergeant Bow answered the phone back in the forest, and he couldn't believe that someone is still alive in the front line. Are you still alive, Lieutenant Murphy? Yes, I am momentarily. Keep sending our artillery on their position. They are slowing down. Now, wind came. Wind came where the bus is standing, right behind it. Audie said in his memoirs, I saw 12 helmets with a German shape. So I realized that Germans are right outside of that tank. And he said, I dislike that conversation. So I grabbed my 50 caliber machine gun. He covered them right and left, and they were all killed. But he realized that Germans are right next to him, and US artillery shells were falling behind them. So his idea was to call US artillery barrage on his own position. Before first shell arrived, he wanted to run back to the forest. He grabbed the phone and he was yelling because of all explosions here. Sergeant Bo, Sergeant Bo. Sergeant Bo answered, hey, are you still alive, Lieutenant Murphy? He was already for 1 hour on his own in no man's land with almost 300 Germans shooting at him. Yes, I'm still alive momentarily. And by the way, what is your post-war plan? What do you want to do afterward? Now, I want you to send me an artillery. Germans are very close to me. Audie Murphy gave Sergeant Bo his position. Sergeant Bo looked at the map and he realized that Audie is completely mad. Because he was calling US shells on his own position, a place where he was standing. So Sergeant Bo phoned back and he said to Audie, well, Lieutenant Murphy, are you aware that you are sending a US barrage on your own position? And Audie said, well, I don't have any other chance. And Sergeant Bo said to him, well, Audie, I know it's really hot all around you, but give me an exact location where Germans are, how far they are from you, so I may show them and save your life at the same time. And Audie said, so do you want how far they are? Yes. Well, hold on a second. I will put one on the phone for you. So, oh my gosh. Now, at the moment, Audie wrote in his memoir, another German shell hit my tank where I was standing. I was thrown against turret and it was all lost. He was still bandaged. Remember what I was telling you, he was shot. He was bleeding heavily. He was yelling to the phone, but it was dead already. That explosion cut off the line. He couldn't reach Sergeant Bo. So he decided to end his one-man stand. For 1 hour and 20 minutes, he kept all Germans busy. He managed to stop them, and tanks, which were behind them, they were turning around and pulling back to the village. There were so many killed Germans on the field that the tank commanders didn't want to go into forest on their own. So Germans were pulling back. Audie saw that situation and his idea was to regroup his company, again counterattack Germans, push them out of the forest into the village. The same thing they did 1 day ago. He jumped from the tank. He was walking on this road towards Meženerů Bridge, and he wrote in his memoirs, I never turned back. A wave of exhaustion and fear came over me, and I couldn't turn back. I was just expecting that bullet with my name on it to knock me down to the street because of all Germans around. Germans were walking on the street, but they were walking that direction. So Audie was saying, he looked at the sky and he realized that 2 planes are flying above him. 2 P-47 Thunderbolt bombers were told that Audie is here on his own whole morning, and they tried to help him. They saw an opening in the sky above the field and they dropped their bombs on Germans. So Audie looked at the sky and he said, well, air support, that's good. It was for the first time during this campaign someone helped them. Audie found his company. It was only 18 of them. Another 20 young men were killed during his one-man stand. And Audie said to them, Germans are knocked out of the balance. We will clear this forest, push them into the village, and we will hold the position. That was my order, and I follow my orders. One of his men raised his hand and he said to him, well, Lieutenant Murphy, is this still a private war between you and all Germans in this village? What the hell is wrong with the support? We were told 10 hours ago that someone is coming. And Audie said, sorry guys, I lost my phone line. I can't check the situation. So they really they cleared this forest with 18 men. They pushed last Germans into the village and they held the position. Audie wrote in his memoirs, this forest was full of young men who died here in the morning. We couldn't take any cover, so we were lying behind their dead bodies. That was only the place where we could get some cover. So he was keeping them busy for all day. On the 27th, the next day in the morning, that support arrived finally. Because of Audie Murphy keeping Germans busy for 2 days, he was on his own with only 18 men in a no man's land, and the whole pressure of front line in this sector was on him. he never let Germans to cross this position. He wanted to make sure that they can recover back, take new replacements, and off to Breisach. So Audie said, in the morning, whole 30th regiment past my position, you are lying here exhausted, wounded. They attacked into Holtzwihr, and that town was liberated 10 o'clock in the morning, and the last Nazi officer was kicked out of it. So it all happened here 72 years ago. Audie was only 19 years old, and he did all of this. Now, I know because of the rain and everything, I will make it short, but still, before I leave, I will follow my tradition. I will switch off my phone, and I will pay tribute to all young men who died in this forest. I will send my prayers to Audie Murphy, America's most highly decorated combat soldier who died in the year 1971, being only 46 years old. So, if you are interested, you can follow me. I will receipt a veteran's oath. Then we will stay here for 1 minute in a quiet, and then we will walk back to the bus. So, this veteran oath goes quite simply. They shall not grow old,
They shall not grow old,
as we that remain grow old.
as we that remain grow old.
Age shall not vary them, nor the year condemn. At the going down of the sun,
Going down of the sun,
and in the morning,
in the morning,
we will remember them.
we will remember.
Thank you, Audie. We miss you. We will never forget. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.